What internet marketing expert should you spend your valuable time listening to? Listen to someone who has over 20 years of web marketing experience and hundreds of website marketing success stories. That man is Aaron Sparks from Site Strategics. And this is Edge of the Web Radio.
You know, keywords. I want to modify this conversation a little bit and talk about something. You know, the keyword tracking, the focus on position ranking. I wouldn't say it's dead, but it's pretty darn close to being a mutant.
And for our beginners, what we're talking about is when people type into a search engine page a certain phrase, that's called the keyword. And the ranking that you're talking about is, are they number one right below there, or do they come in page 2, page 3, you know, whatever ranking that is?
Absolutely.
And the first ones are paid, but then it's organic.
Well, yeah, the very top and the right side are paid advertisements.
Right? And that paid advertisement maybe takes takes 10% of the search interaction whenever somebody's typing in these phrases. But the organic value is what the true results of the engine are. Now, back when the search engines were young and users were less savvy, Google introduced the keywords as a search methodology. And as the maturing of the search algorithms, that's how they actually measure and value content. The growing sophistication of internet users' behavior has also changed. Most know how to Google. It's been a verb since 2006.
Yeah.
They understand where to click in the results. So it's not just you got to be in the golden triangle, the first, second, or third.
Right.
They know what they're looking at now. Okay, and users are adopting by leaps and bounds the interface, and they know what they're seeing on different devices too.
Yep.
They're expecting relevance after the click, and they know how to refine a non-relevant search. What I mean by that, if you're going at what we call as a fathead term, is like a single phrase, a single word phrase, you're going to have a lot of results that have nothing to do with what you're really looking for. So if you actually add in a second or third, or even a geographic tag, like Indianapolis, for example, you're going to have a heck of a lot more relevant. Well, the old relevant phrases, or results, I should say. The old interpretation of keywords is no longer true. Users are not simply typing in simple keywords. They're using queries. They're doing this 2 or 3 or 4 word phrase, and they're
or
matching
a whole
it.
question.
That's right. That's right.
Times.
Exactly. That's a very good point. And Google attempts to match their intent based on the search data, the click data, and serves up richer, more relevant content, right? It may be knowledge graphs, different instant results for people, places or things. Local results are also being injected into the search.
Regardless of whether you put a term,
And on top of that, Google autocomplete, Google spelling correction. All this is being offered up by Google to help gauge where you're really wanting you to go. Product listings, shopping for buying signals, even dictionary results and definition-based queries.
Video.
You see the
number 2 search engine.
That's right.
YouTube.
See, well, the focus is here. The focus towards you need to focus towards tactics that will play into the Google's more complex side. Here's a test here, or at least an exercise. List everything your company does, potentially wants to be found for, and look at it as an exercise in this topic relevance. Ask yourself what kind of topics or queries you should appear in, like products, services, expertise, and location. Segment those by types of intent. Okay, list each of these topics under 4 headings: navigational, informational, commercial. And the commercial query is like an information search with future business implications, like a comparison search or something like that.
Okay.
All right. As well as transactional. Assign a value to each of these topics for like 1 to a 10 value. Okay. An example is an informational intent topic that includes a location would have a greater value than one without. So you go through this, and you can actually look at the different types of intent. Navigational queries are generally lower in value unless you're actually looking for that restaurant. You want to be that restaurant or hotel that's actually trying to advertise and garner that foot traffic in, right?
Sounds like a lot of work. Can we just pay you?
You can certainly do that. You can certainly do that.
Well, what people will find, too, is what they write down and what they think is important compared to... You guys have a free keyword report, right?
That's right. We got a free keyword report, and we do some analysis. Even if you come in and talk to us free of charge for an hour, we'll actually guide you to show you where people are actually typing in. I got an Edge Talk for you.
Edge Talk.
Okay, the whole thing is, are you dependent on your keyword traffic for Google? You need to diversify everything. Consumers are intent driven. You do that whenever you're searching online, and if you're trying to market to those consumers, you better believe you want to do that as well. You want to prioritize your services and then match them with the intent factors that we just talked about. And there's navigation, there's transactional, there's informational. Check us out online. We'll be able to show all this information to you. But more importantly than anything, utilize different types of media to meet those customers' intents. And that's infographics. That's getting up your content into Google Base, which is the shopping environment. Well, there's a lot of things we're talking about here, and it does look kind of complex.
And it's key. It's been proven that keywords of 3 and 4 combinations convert a lot higher than those fathead terms that you're talking about.
It's because you know what you want.
So
when
that
you type
takes
like
a lot more research to find those terms.